I should not be this stressed. I'm a little overdressed. I have a really cute bra on. It says Love. It's from that Temu set. It's almost looks like a bathing suit. And then I have a shirt, and I have a hoodie, and I just put my bathrobe back on because I'm cold, and I have the heat set at 70, and it's 74 outside. Now you tell me what the heck is wrong with me. I put my robe on earlier. I was doing some cleaning. I got my cleaning done. I finished the kitchen, and I did the dusting. And then I made 2 phone calls, and I went online and checked out something that I needed to. And welcome to the Wayward Widow. It is election day. Is anybody checking any of the news things to see what's popping up? I put CNN on my phone just to kind of get an idea of, you know, if there's anything. My old friend Dave, he works up the polls in his town, like he's been doing it forever. I want to show you, well, first off, I got to show you, you know what I got to show you. There's the coffee, threw the cherries in, French vanilla and cafe mocha, like that's just my thing. I'm not into the pumpkin spice. Even the peppermint mocha makes me a little sick in my stomach. I was blowing my nose earlier because I'm at the tail end of this head cold, and my nose started bleeding. I have to get more Reddi-wip. I ran out of Reddi-wip. Yesterday I walked up to the store, just me, to get some steps in and pick up. I got a can of coffee, a jar of mayo, what did I get? A bag of salad, this, you know, in the bag, a loaf of bread, a container of turkey, Hillshire Farm turkey. It seemed like there was some, and one of those little packs of watermelon where you can get like 3 slices. Just like $1.82 for 3 little slices of watermelon. But so I added tomato and, I got pickled eggs in a container. So I added pickled eggs to the salad. I added some cheese cubes and finished those up. And we had watermelon and we had some salad. And then we went to that show last night. I think I'm all over the place, aren't I? We saw this show about trees from National Geographic. It started at 7:15, and we got out of there at 8:30. We were still awake at 10. I woke up at 4:30, something like that. I'm feeling sleepy. So anyway, so I got my cleaning done, got the phone calls made I had to make, and I worked on my gem art. I'll show you. This turtle, this gem art turtle, I did this, and I got all this in, and I got his eyes in, and I started blocking off all this area here, and I did all this over here, got all this done. So there's not much. This is done. There's a little bit over here. I just was kind of putzing around, and I got this done. So it's not going to be long. I think I'm going to do the bow-tie tree. I have a bow-tie tree that's so pretty. I think I'm going to do that next. So election day, I've had, like, there was, because I'm a numbers person, I knew we had to turn the clocks back. I knew it was election day coming up. I was waiting for pictures from Shutterfly to come in, which they did. And I have them, I'll show them next video. I don't have them out right now. They came a day early, and the tea set came, and we're waiting for one more thing. We're waiting for a necklace for me that he ordered. It's a special necklace. You'll see it when it comes in, but it's coming from out of the country, and it's taking its good old time. The earliest will be 8 o'clock, the 8th. It's not coming from Temu. However, this morning I did order 2 more gem arts from Temu. So cool. Totally different. No turtles. Totally different. No Buddhas. I ordered 2 gem arts and I ordered a set of press-on nails. Really cool looking. They were like $2. So I'll let you know. I'll show you when they come in. But what I want to share is I got a gift. Dang it. Somebody messaged me that I've been talking to over on Messenger for a while. You guys are incredible. And you just make my day, honest to God. Everybody that I talk to over there is different. Like everyone has a different thing going on, different personality, different state, you know. And someone messaged me and said, hey, I sent you something, like out of the blue. You know, it's not my birthday or anything, but I sent you something. And, I thanked her. I'm like, you don't need to send me anything. But anyway, when I came home yesterday from seeing that show about the trees, which was fascinating, my package was in the mail. So I messaged her and I said, can I show this on my channel? And she said, yes. So you guys know I never show the inside of a card if there's a message written inside, and she did put a message in. But the card says, some people just seem to have a special gift for sharing their hearts in the most amazing ways. For them, it's never about being noticed for their acts of kindness, or it's simply a reflection of the generous spirit that guides them in everything they do. How do you not love that? I love that. Thank you. Her name is Pam. Thank you, Pam. Like, really, thank you, Pam. It's not just like, oh, thank you. It's like, and it came in this little bag. I save all this stuff, you guys. You know, I have cards. I have the little notes. If there's a little note inside something, I save all those things. So this little bag is going to go into my keepsake bag. It's like my Stacy bracelets. I'll tell you a little story too before I show you the gift. Every morning when I get up, I put on this Stacy bracelet because my friend Stacy with a Y sent me a bracelet a long time ago. And then when Sky was real sick and he was had like a bout of dementia, he grabbed my bracelet and he broke it. And Stacy sent me another bracelet. Well, I always say that in the morning, the first thing I do, when I get up, before I go to the bathroom, before anything, I put on my Stacy bracelet. Okay. Now this one is my Leo. I'm a Leo, so I bought this myself. It has a little Leo symbol. And then this bracelet, this is interesting. Stacy with an I, who sent me Zen Rain Rivers, my reborn, she sent me this little bracelet, this thin little bracelet, in a package of all kinds of things that I'm still using. Well, the day that she sent it, I put it on my wrist, and it's so lightweight that it's like I can't even feel that it's on. And it has a hook, so it's hard for me, being one person, to always get things hooked and unhooked on my wrist. So I just leave it on all the time, day and night, when I shower, whatever. It has not come off my wrist since the day that I received it. But what's interesting about it is when I'm laying in bed, it has a cross. Let me see here. See this? And no matter what, when I'm doing something or I'm like laying in bed and I look at my arm, that cross is facing me all the time. Stacy with an I kid you not. Mary, you'll like that. Mary will be like, that's a sign. Like, and all the time. So my 2 Stacys are with me all the time. But Pam and I, and there's so many of you guys, like Pam sent me, she said she wanted to send me something really special. And so here's the box that it came in. It says true to form. And I was shaking it and I'm like, oh, it's not my birthday or anything, but look what she sent me. She sent me a turtle necklace. How stinking cute. I love that. It says, travel at your own pace. Turtles represent strong intuition, wisdom, and perseverance. Calmly carry on at your own speed. Look, I messaged Pam and I said, can I show this? And she said, of course. And so thank you, Pam. That will go on my neck. You will see it, but I wanted to show it in the box. So I got me another turtle reminder. I looked up what happens to turtles in the wintertime, because down at the lake, there's turtles in that lake. And I read that the turtles go down in the mud, and then they live in the mud like a certain type of hibernation for months. When it's cold, they'll come up every so often for air and maybe a little food, but they go back down. There's a certain word for it, like buration or something like that. Look it up. Where do turtles go in the winter? Absolutely fascinating. So they can just like hold their own through the whole winter. I was blown away. I want to share something. Sky was on, if you're new, Sky was my partner. He died in, I use the word died. He didn't really die. He did pass away into a rebirth. He is a Soto Zen Buddhist. Buddhists do not die. We go into our next life. So he went into his next life about 8:30 on February 27th. But the 5 days prior to that, I had a hospice company in. That's a whole other story. Don't get me started on hospice. But they send newsletters and things, and I do appreciate that. And so they sent me a newsletter with a bunch of pamphlets and stuff about how to deal with the holiday. And in here they talk about like setting limits for yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself. Express your feelings to others who are grieving. Ask for what you need. Ask for help, which I think is really hard for all of us to do. Resist isolation. So try not to keep yourself cooped up. Listen to me talk, like that's pretty much what I do all the time. Avoid the holidays. It's just saying in here you may feel better at least to acknowledge your loss and your loved one in some special and meaningful way. Like I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to say, I'm not even celebrating this year. But they're saying that, it's an option not to celebrate, but, break from tradition. They talk about whether or not if you keep certain traditions allow for minor changes, such as where you spend the holiday or with who. Creating new traditions, which I talked about a couple times. And then it says the holidays can be a time for opening gifts of special memories. It says to gather 4 candles and say, as we light these 4 candles in honor of, I would say, Sky, we light one for our grief, one for our courage, one for our memories, and one for our love. And the man that I'm seeing, he lost his brother in May. So we could, if we're together for Thanksgiving, which I don't know what's going to happen over the holidays because he has family, local family. I don't have local family, so I don't know what's going to happen. But we could light the candles for Sky and for his brother. When it says, light the first candle, say, the light of this first candle represents our grief. The pain of our loss is intense, but it reminds us of the depth of our love for, you say the name. Light the second candle. The light of this second candle represents our courage to confront our sorrow, to comfort each other, and to change our lives. Light the third candle. The third candle is a light to all of our memories of Sky, to the times we laughed, the times we cried, the times we were angry with each other, the silly things we did, the caring and the caring joy that Sky gave me. And the fourth candle is the light of our love as we enter the holiday season. Day by day, we cherish the special place in our hearts that will always be reserved for Sky. We give thanks for the gift of his life brought to each of us, or me. I will always love him. And so he did not celebrate Christmas. He celebrated winter solstice. So I think on winter solstice, I'm going to get 4 candles. And I'm going to light those 4 candles, and I'm going to say these things. So maybe I'll do that as a video, and you guys can help me remember Sky on winter solstice. I think that would be a really cool thing to do. So I'm grateful for my hospice group for dropping things in the mail every so often to remember those of us who have gone through that part of it. I am okay. Today it's sunny, it's warm, it's 74 degrees, which is why I don't know why I have 14 layers of clothing on. It's always cooler in the apartment than it is outside. It's always hotter in the apartment than it is outside. It's just the way these apartments are made. I have a very high ceiling anyway. So I do have to think about the holidays coming up. Thanksgiving is in, what, 3 weeks, give or take. I have a therapy appointment this month. I'll need to go down to the Vision Center at Walmart and get my trial pair of contact lenses and see how they work. And if they work, then I need to order the tinted lenses that I want to get. So I'll have that. The man I'm seeing, he's going to get his car checked. There's another small oil leak. He has his own things. He's got Tai Chi and Kung Fu and his oil painting classes. And I have my PCP at the end of the month and the 26th. So that's right before Thanksgiving. And then I also have my appointment with my health insurance broker. She's real sweet. She has an office locally now, and she said, come over and we'll go over the plans. So it's like, and no, it's my son's birthday. Kenny's birthday is this month on the 21st. He'll be 36 years old. And I need to get my prescription for my Ativan somewhere around the 15th. So it's like all these little things, you know, you got to get here, you got to get there, you got to get this stuff done. And I feel like I'm doing okay enough. So then Thanksgiving rolls around, and I would get a can of cranberry, pop it in the fridge to get it cold. I would get stovetop stuffing. I would get a slice of ham. It's already cooked. You just throw it in a frying pan and warm it up. One of those things. Yeah. And then I would buy a pumpkin pie because I do not cook in a gas stove. It scares me half to death. I will use the oven. I'll use the stove top, but I will not use the oven unless I'm making a pizza. Like, that's it. And then I would get the sweet potatoes with the glaze, you know, the frozen ones, and they've got the glaze. That would be our meal for me and for Sky. This year, I don't know what's going to happen for Thanksgiving. I'm seeing someone. I've been seeing someone for 12 weeks. We're in week 12, and things are going good. And no problems, no issues, no anything at this point. I mean, you know, there's stuff that he's working out and stuff that I'm working out, but as far as between the two of us, we're figuring each other out, and it's going good. But I don't know what he's doing for Thanksgiving. He has kids in the area, a couple of them. He has family out of the area. I have family out of the area, but way out of the area. And so I don't know. I don't know what I'll do for Thanksgiving. If any of you guys lived closer, I'd say come over and we can make a Thanksgiving meal. I know a couple of you are in the state of Pennsylvania. I think at least 2 of you. And I think the next closest, one of you is in Maryland, and one of you is, at least one of you is in Ohio. That's not that far, but you know, the cost of gas, the travel, all that, I get it. Anyway, and then we've got Christmas, and I'm just realizing now, who am I going to buy? Like, I want to buy something for the man that I'm with, if we're still together, which I even hate to say it that way, but we had talked about, instead of getting a gift, to go somewhere or do something and have an experience, as opposed to giving a gift, to pick an experience, something a place we want to go, something we want to see, something we want to do, and an experience. But other than that, on my side, there's really not anybody to buy for. Like, the kids, no, like that stopped a long time ago. And, but he's got kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids. So I don't know how he handles Christmas. I have to find out as far as gift giving. That's something we didn't talk about as far as gift giving. So I have to find that out and see. I have an idea, because he has 2 grandsons that are local. And there's a candy store in our area where they make the candy on the premises. And I know that the little boys love Legos. And I think that they probably have some type of Lego chocolate lolly on a stick, you know. So I have to find out from his sister, if that would be appropriate, if that would be okay for the kids. They're like 4 and 7 or something like that, just as a little treat. But anyway, so that's about it. I'm on here because I wanted to show the Pam's turtle. You know, when you're expecting something, you're expecting something. You know, my tea set, my Shutterfly pictures, I was expecting them. I was not expecting someone to say, hey, I want to send you something. And then this package arrives, and it's like, I ask myself, why? You know, what did I do to deserve this? But I'm so grateful. Like, you have no idea. You have no idea how grateful I am. I come on here, I talk about what I'm going through, what this feels like, what being a widow feels like, even though we weren't technically married, but I was with him a long time, and I took care of him, and I was his care partner, and he went into a rebirth. I talk about my Buddhist philosophy, my path, my Stoic, Marcus Aurelius and Seneca and Diogenes path. I talk about the part that God plays in my life. So I'm like a trifecta of spiritual things, the universe and Mother Nature and all that. I talk about those things. I talk about money. I talk about fears. I talk about anxiety, panic. I talk about being alone. I talk about being scared to be in a relationship again. Because one, I don't want to get hurt. And every fiber of me says I'm not going to get hurt. But you never know, you know. I didn't expect Sky to pass away like he did. And boy, if that didn't hurt like hell. But, you know, I'm in my 9th month since he's been gone. Almost the amount of time it takes to make a baby, right? And I miss him. I love him. And going through the apartment and neatening and Marie Kondoing my apartment and getting things in order and straightening out helped me. It helped to clear my brain, you know. Every so often I have to just like go through clothing, go through socks and get rid of the stuff that looks awful and go through the makeup and what's really old, go through the jewelry that you've never worn and you're like, why am I holding on to this? Why? Like, I have 2 rings. Oh, I ask your opinion. Throw your thoughts in the comments. I have 2 rings that I have not worn for years. I'm talking 14, 15, 16, probably like 17 years. They're rings that were bought for me. Actually, there's 3 of them. But 2 of them, they were bought from an estate jeweler with blue sapphire stone with little diamonds around. Nothing super expensive, you know. But I liked them. And we're going back in time here. But they've been in my little jewelry tray. And they came from an ex-husband. And I know that I'm never going to wear them again. Like, I know it. But I just have held on to them. Now, why? Why am I holding on to them? Where do I take them? Should I take them to a jewelry store and like see if I can trade them? Trade a couple of the pieces in for something else? What would you do in a case like that? What do you do? What, have you been in this situation and what have you done for something like that? But this is not something that Sky got me. This was something way back that I just have held on to, but like I know I'm not going to wear this jewelry. So let me know. I'm curious about other women's opinions on things like this because we all do things differently. So I'm going to go. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to work some more on my turtle, on my white on my turtle. And I don't think there's anything else I have to do. I did some exercises. I can do my dance. I think that's what I'll do next. I'll do 10 or 15 minutes of dance because then I get steps in. I hooked my health. I set up my health app on my phone. So now I can track like my steps and calories burned and blood pressure and all that stuff. So if you have a phone where you can set your health app, do that just to kind of keep track of if you're getting your steps in. Drink your water, drink your green tea if you like green tea or chamomile tea or whatever floats your boat. Do some walking, you guys. Like even if you can't walk outside, right? Go to Walk with Leslie on YouTube. And she's got 15-minute walk sessions that you can do. You can do. Honestly, I do them a lot. There's beginner Tai Chi lessons that, like the man that I'm seeing, he has been doing Tai Chi forever, so he's teaching me. So I have him to lean on. And I will say, he dressed up last night. Like, it was the first time in 12 weeks that I've seen him dress up. He's normally in either shorts or blue jeans, sneakers, and a t-shirt. He dressed up last night. Now he forgot his dress shoes because he doesn't live here. He has a house, and he still has a house. But he brought dress pants and a dress shirt, and he dressed up. And he cleans up very nicely, I will say. I grabbed my camera and snapped a pic because it was so worth snapping a pic. Yeah, he cleans up very nicely. And that's all I will say about that. But then again, I remember the first time that Sky cleaned up very nicely. We were going to the museum. And we went shopping, and I bought him a dress shirt, dress pants, gray dress pants, a light blue dress shirt, and this real pretty red and gray and blue tie. And I had just cut his hair and his beard was trimmed, and he had on black dress shoes and a new belt, and he got dressed up, and I swear to God, he looked like $1,000,000. It was like, it was nice to look at. He was nice to look at. So last night, so when my man friend dressed up for the first time, it was like, wow, you clean up really nicely. Let me look at you just for a second. I put on, I wore a long black skirt, a maxi skirt with ruffles, a black cowl neck sweater with some sequins, like sequin threads, and my choker collar necklace, little Japanese type earrings, and I put on black stockings and black boots with small amounts of fringe, and that's what I wore to go see this National Geographic show. My seating, we were able to pick seats. I picked seats when I bought the tickets, and I picked 2 seats at the exit. So for those who know that I have a severe anxiety disorder and I have panic attacks, bad. The 2 times we've gone into an auditorium type setting, seats have been picked at the door. So if I need to make the great escape, if I can't breathe, I can get out the door quickly. So I literally, we were right inside the door. And that's just the way it has to be. That's the way it has to go. You know, we went down to the ocean. We picked a time where it was not going to be busy. And when we went to the museum, it was a late Sunday afternoon. There was but a handful of people there. And everybody was spread out and doing their own thing. So that made it manageable. But when you have anxiety and you have panic attacks, you have to kind of plan ahead, and you have to figure out how you're going to, you know, get done what you need to get done. But I did. I got it. I saw the show. Fascinating information about trees. Did you know that at the top of trees, at the canopy, there's soil? At the top of some of these great big gigantic trees in Costa Rica, there's soil. There are insects and things at the tops of the trees that never touch the ground. They live up there at the top, which is a mind blower, isn't it? Our world is an amazing place. I'm going to go. I love you guys, inch by inch. And Pam, once again, thank you for my turtle necklace. I will wear it, and I will love it, and I will think of you every time I put it on. Let me know in the comments what you would do with jewelry. If you have jewelry that came from an ex, what do you do with it? What should I do with it? I'm never going to wear it. I could send it to my oldest daughter. There's a thought. Anyway, let me know in the comments.